Hi, this is Gravity Challenged. Today I'm going to be showing you something that's came to me from Extreme Model. They're a company that you find on eBay. I buy a few of my kits from them, and I've always been happy with what they've shown me. So I'm going to open this one up with you, and you'll be able to get an idea of what kind of quality these people produce. I'm using my expensive cutters to cut this string, which is kind of stupid, because I might dull the blades and ruin them. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to get some regular cutters. The ones I was using are called flat cutters. That means you can cut wires, little parts and so on, and not have that funny little V of plastic left over or wire. You just cut it right off straight. Okay, let's get this box open. You see the kind of packing equipment stuff they put in here. Lots of cardboard. Bubble wrap. Just heard some tools hit the floor. Here's some pictures of Skuld, who is the subject of the model. She's from a series called Oh My Goddess. It's one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun to watch. And the figures that come from this series are usually pretty nice. Take some more pictures of her out.
We're going through this elaborate procedure.
Got quite a few of them here.
Out of precaution, in case there are any visitors. Although I cannot imagine who will visit the arrangement.
That pictures are just bits of plastic. Oh, that's the instructions. Oh. See what they look like. Well, they look like the usual. It's more like a parts check-off list for when they're packing the box, which is nice to have. At least it means they know how many legs she has, and she does have a head, hopefully. Like I say, I haven't been disappointed by these guys yet. So I'm going to toss the box out of the way. Look at this big wad of bubble pack paper. Get this unrolled and look at some parts. They're not going to break in this, eh? Look at that. Well, these guys are great. I've been dealing with them for a few years now. And here are the parts in the big plastic bag. Get them all emptied out. Look at that. They're all wrapped up separately in nice big wads of bubble pack. Now you get a lot of people that'll say, oh, these online guys are all bad. Well, it's not true. These guys are really, really good. I've complimented them even a few times on the quality. The resin is nice. That's the front of her guitar. Get you a better look at that. Now I've done some fiddling around with the camera settings, so hopefully you're getting a better look at this than you have with other things. This camera came with no instructions. Well, it did how to put the battery in, and that was about all. And of course, no one at the store had time to help me learn how to use it. So I've just been experimenting. What's this stuff? Here we are. This is part of her dress.
Thank you, Raymond. You may replace your head bandage.
You notice that there's a few little bumps and lumps here or there. Like there, for instance. That's inside. It's like there's a bit of foreign matter inside the resin. Bit of mold release on there. That's no big deal. That all just washes off. A little bit of an edge. Sand it. What the heck. This is the thing. When you have to look at when you're going to buy something from someone like Extreme Model. You look at it and say, could I make it this nice? And I always look at this stuff and say, geez, I don't know. It would be pretty hard. Now here's the back of the guitar. It's well packed.
I personally guarantee it. He's ready to be turned over to his American operator. And I
To make a number of unfortunate remarks to that idiot.
Oh, back again. Sorry about that. The battery cut out and had to go to an alternate power source. So we're back to the guitar again. That's the inside of the sound box. They've even got little ribs in there. No bad detail. The outside part. I'll put them together and see what we have. Well, we have a decent fit. That's what we have. Not too much of an edge, which means the molding process is good too. And there's another package to open up. This looks like legs.
Raymond's hard to like. He's impossible to like. In fact, he's probably one of the most repulsive human beings I've ever known in all of my life.
And what I came to tell you is public relations has bounced you back to me. And in your present state, there's no possible way I can use you. At this moment, I'm placing you on indefinite sick leave. No way, Ben.
There we go.
Find yourself a girl.
There's the legs. Nicely crossed over there. Get a look at that joint. There. It's a good view. Notice there's no major buildup of materials in there.
What I've just told you is not a suggestion, Major.
Again, it shows they do good molding. A little bit of a hack up in here. But that's up under the dress, so you're not really going to even see that. Other parts now. See what this is. Every package is a surprise. Oh, this is her upper body. You can see her blouse here, top of the neck, there. Toss that on the floor for now. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. Again, nice mold detail. Molded detail is pretty good here. You'll find some companies, they don't pay much attention to that. They just put it out in big seams. Couple of little pinholes up on the shoulders. You probably can't even see them, they're so tiny. I can see them. It's kind of hard to get everything with the lights here. It just, this can show you, if you buy from the right places on eBay, you can get some pretty nice models. Oh, this is funny. Copyright it. F and K. I wonder who that is.
I know.
Here's her hair. Like, this is beautiful. Like this, remember, this is a rare model. You're not going to find this any old place.
I guess so. Columbus is a tremendous football town. Even the railroad business?
It's pretty nice. There's some work to do on the tips of the hair. But that's all. And that again is no big deal. I'm going to see if there's any broken parts in the bag or if that's the way it came out. Fun watching this plastic bubble wrap just whip around in front of you, eh? Probably boring. Hey, go on to another bag. Don't worry, there's only a few more bags to go. Stay with it for a little while longer. You'll see that they've done is they pack really delicate parts on the cardboard strips to keep them from deforming.
No kidding, I really mean it. Crazy French pronunciation and all.
This is another part of her dress.
Thank you.
See the nice fine edges they've made?
I guess your friends call you Jenny.
Yet they haven't, for which I am deeply grateful.
That's really nice.
But you may call me Jenny.
I'm sure there's places where you pay an awful lot of money for something like this, if you could even get it from them.
My full
Like
name is
E2046, they don't have this model.
Of the two names, I've always favored Rosie. It's known
This, the only place I've ever seen it is from Extreme Model.
Jenny is somehow more Spanish.
And I'm glad they have it, because it's a beauty. Here's Skuld's face,
When I asked you what your name was, you said...
her head and neck kind of thing. Look at that.
Quite possible I was feeling more or less French.
She's beautiful, just like on the anime show.
I could never figure out what that phrase meant, more or less.
Look at that. That's so nice.
You
Not a
Arabic?
bit too shiny there to block one of the lights off.
My name is Ben. Really Bennett. Named after Arnold.
I go back and forth on it there. Now you can see her right.
Arnold, Lieutenant Colonel. He was my father's commanding officer at the time.
What's your last name?
Marco.
Put the light back on.
Major Marco. Are you Arabic?
There, look at that. I turn her upside down a bit.
Are you putting
Got
another-
every little detail on
Are
here.
you married?
You?
It's so nice. I'm not going to open this package up. I don't think there's too many tiny little parts. You can see through there, that's the neck for the guitar. You can't really see that well, can you? Okay, I'll open it up. If you're interested, you'll want to see it. But this, I'm hoping it's, might encourage you to go and take a look at some of the eBay stores, because you can't say they're all bad. This is her hair, a piece of it. There's more pieces of hair, but they're beautiful, they're perfect. I don't think we need to pull them all out of the bag.
Are you stationed in New York?
There's the neck of the guitar.
Right, stationed the right word.
Whoop! There it is. Now you can see it.
You're not exactly stationed in New York.
All the little parts on
Stationed in
there.
Washington. I got sick.
Nice and
Leave
smooth.
and spent
Well cast. Great resin. This stuff is going to be nice to work with. Say with resin, I like using a file on it better than a knife, because the knife tends to chip resin parts.
Mr. Shaw, there's a gentleman
I
outside.
wonder what this is.
Gentlemen?
An Oriental gentleman. He said he was in the army with you.
There were no Oriental gentlemen in the army with me.
He is very insistent, sir.
All right, well, show him in.
Ah, tiny, tiny parts. A lot of care was taken to make sure these arrived safely.
I am Chong Jin, Mr. Shaw, sir. I was interpreter at 32 Charlie Company, 52nd Regiment.
Yes, I remember you.
Okay, this is the upper part of a hand.
To the patrol.
Some more hair parts. Very tiny. I don't know what some of these are. They're so tiny. I'll have to figure them out by the picture later on.
My father.
Yes, Senator Iceland.
Senator Iceland is not my father. Repeat, he is not my father.
Here we have hands
If you learn nothing else in your visit to this country,
and arms.
memorize that fact.
I'm going to keep these in the bag now. I'll take them out and show you.
Our interpreter Iceland. I tell him I want to come to America. He get me visa. I
There.
need job.
Look at how nice this is. No broken fingers or anything. Just perfect.
But my dear fellow, we don't need interpreters here.
No.
We
Just shows you don't have to spend a small fortune on one of these kits to get something nice. You just have to go to the right place. Now I'm going to show you the rest of that hand. This hand I'm going to show you comes in 2 parts. This is the one that goes around the neck of the guitar. That's the fingers there, and that's the rest of the hand. I guess they do it this way so they can get all that fine detail into the way that fingers turn. See?
You will have every Thursday and every other Sunday off.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw.
They've got all the detail in this.
For Washington in a few minutes. I'll be back here this evening by 8:30.
I'm going to put these hands and arm bits all in this little plastic bag together.
Just like United States Army.
Oh God, I hope not.
You're going to be perfectly marvelous in there this afternoon, hon. I didn't know you were.
Okay, I'm getting lots of bubble pack scattered around. I'm going to have to pick that up before I get messed up in it. Oh, there's another part of the dress.
I'd be a lot happier if we could just settle on the number of communists
Again?
I know there are in the Defense Department.
Just look at the edge detail here.
I mean, the way you keep changing the figures on me all the time, it makes me look like some kind of
And no
a
chips or chunks out of that at all.
The boys were even starting to kid me about it. But just yesterday in the cloakroom, they said, "Hey, Johnny."
Well, you're going to look like an even bigger idiot if you don't get in there and do exactly what you're told.
Let's test the fit.
This country, and what they say. Are they saying
These go together.
Are there any communists in the Defense Department? Of course not. They're saying how many communists are there in the Defense Department? So just stop talking like an expert all of a sudden and get out there and say what you're supposed to say.
Come on, babe,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they fit nice enough.
Would make it easier for you if we settled on just one number?
Yeah.
Little fill here and there.
One real
No big,
number that'd be easy for me to
big
read.
deal. A few minutes of the file and some putty, boom, you'll never know there's even a seam. Well, I finally exhausted the amount of parts coming out of here. I hope you've gotten a good impression of what Extreme Model produces as a product. As I say, it's for an eBay shop. They're one of my favorites, if not my favorite eBay shop to purchase these wonderful little models from. What I'm doing here is kind of funny. I've got a plastic box from E2046. I'm going to put these parts in that box to keep them safe until I get to work on this. Oh, another thing. This model also came with the wire to make the strings for the guitar, which is a nice touch. They've fallen on the floor somewhere. We'll find them again later. Right, here's the wire for the guitar strings. So we can get the little bag open. Get lots of it. What this is a piece of stranded wire.
What in the hell's going on?
With nice, soft
Tell me that you've broken into my apartment and beaten up my husband.
wires inside of it. See? I'll show it to you here. You can see that. It's like a whole bunch of small wire. All you do is you unroll this, strip off the insulation, and wow, look, look at that. You have way more than you're going to need to make these guitar strings. This was a nice idea that they've had. It gives you extra wire you can use on other things too.
Raymond, I'll tell you that I've been a terrible nightmare.
Look at that. Yeah, this is one good company. It's not the last kit I'll buy from them, that's for sure.
I've been in the Army 19 years. First time I've ever seen one of these.